We had a bit of a debrief today. Obviously, the dust settled from yesterday. Everyone was disappointed, but one thing we've done really well this tournament is bounce back from those losses and learn from them and make sure that we rectify any areas that of concern for the next game. So we know that Mumbai are going to be tough. They're going to be smarting as well, obviously losing to Rajasthan last night. So we expect it to be a tough game. They're obviously defending champions. So I think it's a great opportunity, really, and that's what we spoke about today. If we want to get to the playoffs, we're going to have to play against these sorts of teams. So why not play against them now and see where we're at? We did very well first game, so it's a matter of trying to bring that again.
One thing, again, what we've done really well is to reflect honestly on that particular game and not think too far back or too far ahead. It's about, accepting what we could have done better and still acknowledging what we've done right. So I think it's the process of how you reflect and review the game rather than overthinking it. In a tournament like this, I don't think there is time to overthink. You've got to be having a clear process of how you review a game, and that is exactly what we have done.
Look, I think it's really important that we don't actually get too far ahead of ourselves and focus in on executing what we know we need to and what we know we can. So just simplifying it and building a platform by executing our length to then be able to add on to our change-ups, bounces, slower balls, yorkers, etc. from there. So we've done it really well, especially the second half of the tournament. I've got no doubt that we'll get back to that for the next game.
It's something that we obviously saw last time we played. They came home with a wet sail. That night, unfortunately, there was, I think one of the catches went down, but I think in terms of how they structure up, they're strong throughout. That's why they're, been champions a number of times. So there's no real weak links in their team. It's a matter of obviously trying to do some damage up front with the new ball, which we did really well last time. Washi bowled beautifully, and obviously the quicks did well up front. But last time at the back end of the innings, ball got a bit wet. And we expect that might be the case in Abu Dhabi as well, having seen last night's game. So a lot of it will come down to how we execute.
I think the planning component's the same. It's just working out for the length of the time, but it's just working out what balls are effective to what batters, and it's the same for all batters. So it's just understanding where we want to bowl the ball to Pollard, understanding where we want to bowl the ball to Hardik. But it's about execution of that. So we can have all the plans in the world. We just need to execute, make sure we get our fields right as well. And understanding where they're trying to hit the ball. Pollard tends to give himself a little bit of time before he gets going, whereas Hardik can go, as we've seen, from ball one. So understanding where they want to hit the ball, where our best opportunities are, and understanding that they're good players that are going to hit balls for 4 and 6s and not getting too caught up in that, and make sure we're focused on the next ball.
I think Chahal's very cagey when it comes to that. Even Washi's been exceptionally good. And it will also depend on how we use them. That is where I think how we hold our cards, how close to our chest, and show them the right cards at the right time. That will be the key.
Well, last time we played there, it was an 80-run wicket, so I think we bowled really well that day. Yeah, look, I think it depends on whether they're new wickets, old wickets, fresh, how long it's been since they've used them. We'll find out in the next day or so what wicket we're playing on, what the boundary dimensions are. And then we'll start planning accordingly, whether it's gripping or turning or not, or swinging. The overhead conditions are important. We saw the ball swing the other night for us, didn't necessarily swing as much last night. So it's assessing as much as you can before, and then understanding when the game starts. Communication between our bowling groups is really important on the conditions and what they're doing.
Kato is very clear on the way we approach our opening partnership. Is going to be crucial. We've got the experience of Finch. We've got Devdutt, who's a very good player, who showed that against Mumbai in the last game. And we've got the best 3 and 4 in the world in Kohli and De Villiers. So I think that sort of augurs well going into this game as well. Really, it's been a mixed bag sort in Abu Dhabi. So I think we've got to turn up on the day, assess the conditions as quickly as possible. Night games are slightly better, I think, than day games in Abu Dhabi if I look historically. But again, it'll be about us turning up and assessing the conditions.
I think we'll do that on game day. Give his hand a couple of days just to try and heal up a bit. A couple of things come into it. It's obviously protecting the cut to make sure that it doesn't open up again. But it's also what strapping we put on it, what he feels comfortable holding the ball, how much pain he's got when he bowls the ball. You know, they're all the things, because if you can't hold the ball properly, the execution component comes into it. You know, he's a pretty tough character, Sony, so I know he'll want to play. It's just whether he can actually fit to perform the role that we need him to. We'll wait and see on Wednesday. You know, the boys bowled really well tonight, and they're not just turning out and bowling a couple of overs, they're bowling for a good hour. So that's always a really good sign, you know, when they actually want to bowl. They want to work in the game, and they want to keep being ready. It's better to stay ready than have to get ready. So you know, they're ready to go if we need them, and I've got no doubt they'll be able to perform the job if called upon by the selectors.
Yeah, look, that's been the thing about selection. We've obviously tried to be consistent, to have that continuity and give guys a chance. And it is hard for the guys sitting on the bench, but a number of guys have got an opportunity here or there, which is never easy, but they've all trained really well. Their attitude's been really good, so there might be an opportunity these last few games, depending on you know, what happens with injury and form and stuff like that. So the beauty is we've got guys here that are putting their hand up ready to be selected. Just one game at a time, straight out of the cliche book.